Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Fight Podcast for UFC Fight Night Cyril Gane versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. वैसे आज मेरे साथ है मेरा दोस्त निहज.
हेलो.
UFC heavyweight division में hype wise दो prospects के बारे में बात करें, then I think these two are the most apt right now. Jairzinho Rozenstruik was on an undefeated streak for a long time. He's right now at 11-1. I remember कि Jairzinho Rozenstruik had just knocked out Alistair Overeem in a 5-round fight in last 5 seconds में 4 minutes 56 पे मैच स्टॉप हुआ था. And then he went on, he thought कि उसका undefeated streak will maintain. He challenged Francis Ngannou, which eventually happened during UFC 249.
Yeah.
वैसे जिनको नहीं पता, Francis Ngannou is fighting Stipe Miocic in UFC 260. Francis is very scary, of course. He finishes everyone with one punch knockout almost. उसके losses में there are only two losses, which is Stipe the champion and Derek Lewis जो last card में fight किया था. And there was some kind of feeling कि अच्छा ये undefeated fighter है, then there is a chance कि वो कुछ कर सके. He even had a very quick knockout with Andrei Arlovski within 30 seconds. उससे पहले 10 seconds के अंदर he had knocked out Alan Crowder. तो somewhere it was ऐसा एक feeling था कि this will be a very dangerous fight. एक बंदा तो knockout होने ही वाला है. And thankfully it was not like Derek Lewis versus Ngannou. ऐसा long fight नहीं था. दोनों जैसे ही start हुआ, they were starting to piece each other up. Rozenstruik threw a lot of leg kicks, I remember. But then Ngannou का beast mode चालू हो गया. He just went ahead and that fight ended like quickly in 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
It took was one punch, I think, for Francis. He only landed one punch, knocked him out, and Jairzinho का undefeated streak came to a halt there. But उसके बाद he came back, fought JDS, who is a veteran of the division, and he won a TKO in round 2. But उसका opponent जो है Cyril Gane, he is still undefeated, and hype wise उसके ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा hype है. At least मैं Twitter में सब देखता हूँ तो a lot of people are rooting for him to win. He is also the favorite in this fight already, like bettings wise. And Cyril Gane का एक ये बोलें characteristic, he is a heavyweight, but उसको जब देखेंगे he is very well built. He is not a typical chubby heavyweight as such. बहुत कम लोग हैं जो इतने अच्छे well built रहते हैं heavyweight में. Alistair Overeem जब वो आया था probably वो था. And even in the top of the division, DC never was very fit looking person, you know. And of course that is not the only factor. Cardio, all those things matter, but Cyril has till now at least shown कि he's not just a well-built guy, he's very very technically skilled also. उसके last सारे fights में he's not just very good on the strikes. Obviously उसने उसके opponent को last time JDS को ही TKO किया था. Division का one of the prospects Tanner Boser को उसने हराया था, and a lot of people. But he's also very good on the ground. उसके करियर में बहुत सारे सबमिशन विन्स हैं. उसने गिलेटिन चोक से बॉबी सलिवन को हराया है, उसने राफेल पेसोवा को आर्म ट्रायंगल से हराया है, एंड एक और बंदा है डॉन्टेल माइस, उसको उसने हील हुक से हराया था. डिवीजन में लास्ट हील हुक हेवीवेट विच आई रिमेंबर इज फ्रैंक मियर ने जो ब्रॉक लेसनर को डाला था. We have to go that back. We don't find heel hook submissions in heavyweight division as such. So Cyril Gane is a very very legit prospect, and a lot of people are thinking कि Cyril will go and become a champion eventually, which obviously there is a lot of chance. Both are worth the hype actually. It's not just Greg Hardy types नहीं था कि once it was taken to the ground हो गया, अभी तो कुछ होगा नहीं. They are both well skilled, I can say.
I think दोनों ने almost they've faced similar opponents, and Cyril is slightly more skilled on the ground, and I think he is the more skilled grappler, because most of Biggie Boy's fights have been stand up. Almost all of them. I think all of them were stand-up, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All
And
of them are stand-up. And तो like I think the deciding factor इसमें वही है कि does the fight stay standing, and वो power, both of them have the power, so it could go either way I think. But मेरे को लग रहा है I think I'll lean towards Biggie Boy.
okay. Obviously, Biggie Boy is also higher ranked, I believe. Let me just check.
He is.
अच्छा, why do you think he'll win?
मैं बोला ना अभी like I don't see Cyril, मतलब even if Cyril takes it to the ground, he is in danger while taking it to the ground. Like I say, like the power is too too real. तो ऐसा I think it's about power, this one. Like वो होता ना, like ऐसे one of those heavyweight fights where ऐसे it could end with one punch, वैसा type हो सकता है.
Like the last event, Curtis Blades was very good in the fight, but Derek Lewis का एक punch wasn't.
Yes, one punch. So that's what, like ऐसा, like it could go down like that. Okay. Submission. I don't see him getting submitted. That's what I'm saying. Biggie Boy.
Okay. Actually, Jairzinho is ranked number 4 and Cyril is ranked number 7, and that's very good. Like heavyweights में they have a chance to get a title shot very soon. Maybe Derek Lewis के साथ fight होगा. Who knows? Whoever wins this, and that might be a title eliminator. Of course, अभी के लिए plan heavyweight में है कि Stipe versus Francis Ngannou में जो भी जीतेगा, he'll fight John Jones next, possibly, and then Derek Lewis versus whoever का winner. So there is time. Maybe everything will align itself. अगर Stipe let's say gets a good dominant decision, or Francis gets a knockout, which is the most likely thing I think will happen. Like ऐसा नहीं होगा कि it's a war, दोनों fight कर रहे हैं. I don't imagine that. That breakdown will be obviously later. We'll do that. But whoever wins, John Jones के साथ एक fight, and then these people might get a title shot.
Yeah.
वैसे if I have to predict, I think Cyril Gane might beat him. Main reason, when you told me कि fight ground पे गया नहीं था, I remembered कि Alistair Overeem was able to take Biggie Boy down a few times. And वो fight में भी I thought Alistair was winning the fight before Jairzinho landed the strike. So if it goes to 5 rounds or so, let's assume, then maybe Cyril Gane will take position, you know? But that's an assumption. Obviously, Jairzinho का strike से knockout हो सकता है. But let's see. At least I'm hoping कि heavyweight में this will be an example fight to show in future, because it's not just heavyweights who brawl it out. It will be a technical fight, is what I'm assuming. Both will have some good moments. They'll be able to show कि a heavyweight fight can be interesting, technical wise.
Yeah.
Let's see. ये fight, let's hope it's really fun. However it turns out. इसके अलावा जो co-main event है, that is in light heavyweight division. It's a fight between number 8 ranked Nikita Krylov versus number 11 ranked Magomed Ankalaev. वैसे Magomed Ankalaev is on a very very good track right now. उसका last fight जो था Ion Cutelaba के साथ, that happened in
254.
Yeah, 254 Khabib versus Gaethje वाले fight में, right? And I remember कि वो fight को भी लोग टोनी वर्सेस कबीब से कंपेयर कर रहे थे, बिकॉज क्यूटेलावा बहुत बार कोविड की वजह से कैंसिल हुआ, एंड इवन उनका जो फर्स्ट फाइट था इट ऑल्सो एंडेड कॉन्ट्रोवर्शियली. तो इट वाज नॉट एग्जैक्टली अ फाइट, लाइक सब लोग कह रहे थे इट डिडंट इवन टेक प्लेस, यू नो, ऑलमोस्ट. एंड उसके बाद मल्टीपल कैंसिलेशंस हुए थे. लोग कह रहे थे ये तो फाइट होगा नहीं कभी. ऑल दोस थिंग्स आर बीइंग टॉक्ड अबाउट. And then obviously Magomed Ankalaev was able to stop Ion Cutelaba in round 1, and it was a very brutal knockout. I remember when I watched it, I was like, oh god. I thought these were very good prospects, don't know. I still think Ion Cutelaba might go higher in rankings in future. So when I saw this fight, it established Magomed Ankalaev's name in my head. I really think he'll go very ahead in the division. Uska skills look very well rounded. I thought he will be good at grappling or such, but he's also a very good knockout artist. And निकिता क्रिलाव का अगर मैं बात करूं, I remember जॉनी वॉकर के साथ उसका फाइट हुआ था लास्ट. एंड जॉनी वॉकर was one of those people जिसको बहुत हाइप था when he was on a 2 fight winning streak. दोनों फाइट्स बहुत अर्ली एंड किया था उसने. एंड देन बहुत लोग कह रहे थे ऐसा ही बंदा जो है जॉन जोन्स को हरा सकता है. एंड देन ही हैड अ क्विक नॉकआउट लॉस अगेंस्ट कोरी एंडरसन, जिसके वजह से कोरी एंडरसन को इमीडिएट टाइटल एलिमिनेटर फाइट मिला था अगेंस्ट द करंट चैंपियन यान ब्लाहोविच. एंड समवेयर जॉनी वॉकर को ऐसे लगा था कि मे बी इट वॉज लाइक क्विक नॉकआउट था. इट माइट हैव बीन सम वन ऑफ दोज थिंग्स व्हिच हैपन, ही माइट बाउंस बैक अगर एक्चुअली इसको फाइट करने मिले. बट निकिता क्रिलाव वाज एबल टू डोमिनेट हिम फॉर द होल फाइट. ग्रैपल किया उसको, स्ट्राइक्स में भी वाज एबल टू लैंड डिसेंट, एंड इट वाज अ वेरी डोमिनेंट यूनानिमस डिसीजन. अगर मैं इनका क्विकली फाइट रिकॉर्ड चेक करूं तो लाइक Magomed Ankalaev is almost undefeated. He has 14 wins, 1 loss, and वो 1 loss was a triangle choke. That was his debut also UFC का, by the way. उसके बाद से he has not lost any fight, and he was able to knock everyone out almost. एक decision है, बाकी सब knockouts है उसके career में. And Nikita Krylov का अगर देखें तो he has a couple of losses, but one is against Jan Blachowicz, who is the champion right now. And the other one is against Glover Teixeira, who is number 1 contender in the division right now. So it looks like Nikita Krylov का अगर हम उसको हटा के देखें, he has a very decent career. बाकी losses थे उसके career में, but after coming to UFC, he's handled his record quite well. बीच में एक बार he had left UFC, I believe. Yeah. But then he looks like a person who can. He's still 28, so he is yet to reach his fight prime as such. Very young, and it's also a prospect ka fight, if I have to say like that. वैसे, who do you think will win in this fight?
I think Magomed ka, I think it's going to be TKO or KO. He seems pretty strong with the TKOs and KOs. But again, like uska loss was by submission, and most of Nikita's wins have been submission. He's pretty good with the submissions.
Yeah. Actually, this is looking like a striker versus grappler fight. Although Magomed is Russian, so somewhere Sambo ka experience है उसके पास.
So I mean, Magomed ka, like if you open up his records, it's all TKOs and KOs. And I don't know. I think I'll have to go with Magomed. Man, I haven't followed Nikita as well as like I have with Magomed, and I can see Nikita is more most of his wins are submissions. Even though it's a healthy balance. He's got 11 KOs and 15 submissions. 11 KO TKOs and 15 submissions. So I think Nikita is well-rounded. But like you said, he's still 28. Like we can't just discount कि ऐसा like his loss because his losses are more. ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते हैं. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Magomed.
Okay. वैसे if I have to predict, it's like if it's a knockout, probably Magomed Ankalaev will do it, and submission wise Nikita Krylov has the ability. Although I think Magomed Ankalaev का experience and the time, like उसका fight career अगर देखूं तो it looks like he's just reaching his potential, and I don't think he'll get submitted at this point. He'll be smart enough to know not to take the fight there. But then it's a 3-round fight, and 3-round fights में usually like एक round अगर dominant है तो then anywhere it can go. It might become a close fight then.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's hope for a fun fight there. वैसे apart from these two fights, there is one more fight which will be very very interesting to watch. It's a rematch actually. it's between Pedro Munhoz versus Jimmy Rivera. जिन्होंने इसका ओरिजिनल फाइट नहीं देखा, it's please watch it if you find it somewhere, because it was a very exciting fight. Probably वो कार्ड का बेस्ट फाइट था वो. It's like both rocked each other. Like एक बार Pedro Munhoz का, by the way, I have to mention, he has a very solid chin. उसके करियर में I don't think he's ever been knocked out. Yeah, he's never been knocked out. Almost decision losses था उसका. And उस fight में Jimmy Rivera was able to almost knock him down. And then somehow Pedro Munhoz also was able to rock him. Eventually, Jimmy Rivera won the split decision. It was a 3-round fight. And if I have to predict whether it's going to be interesting or not, I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of the contenders for fight of the night.
Yeah.
Although Jimmy Rivera ka abhi recently, after he lost via KO to Marlon Moraes, he has had a couple of losses. But very interesting, Marlon Moraes knockout kiya usko. After that he lost to Aljamain Sterling, and then he lost to Peter Yan, both by a decision. And abhi Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan is the fight which is going to be for title on next week's card. So we can't just discard his losses. कि अच्छा he lost 2 of his last 3 fights. ऐसा बोल के नहीं कर सकते, because those were against the champion and the number 1 contender of the division. Meanwhile, Pedro Munhoz का जो last 2 losses है, he is on a 2-fight losing streak. That was against Aljamain Sterling. Funny. And then it was against one of the legends,
Frankie Edgar.
Yeah, and that was a very close fight. He could have won the fight also, we could say. But Frankie Edgar was more technical. Pedro Munhoz was more powerful in his strike. It was looking like kabhi bhi knockout ho sakta hai, but Frankie Edgar was smart enough to avoid that. Although Frankie Edgar ka bhi recently like ek aur knockout hua and all those things.
Yeah.
But that fight, it was like a very good Frankie Edgar showed up, and that was a legit win. We can say that was a good fight. We can't take anything out. Like we can't say Pedro Munhoz is bad because of that fight. So both are looking for a good win in the division. If I have to quickly look at the rankings, right now Jimmy Rivera is ranked number 9 and Pedro Munhoz is ranked number 8. And uske upar, it's like the whole division is very stacked. Frankie Edgar, Marlon Moraes, Jose Aldo, Cody Garbrandt. These are the top contenders above them. Though maybe they'll have to have 1 or 2 fights to the title, but they are very close. They can always get there. If I have to talk about their age, I think Pedro Munhoz is slightly on the higher side, 34 age pe hai. Jimmy Rivera is looking like he'll reach his prime soon, like 31 hai.
Yeah.
So it's still a prospects ka fight. It's not exactly ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते कि they'll not show up. I'm pretty sure it will be one of the fun fights. It will be one of the most exciting fights in the card. Achha, by the way, Sneha, what do you think? Who will win this fight?
Both of them are like, मतलब क्या बोले अभी, slugfest machines. They take it, like if you look at their record, both of them have a lot of decision, like I said, almost all of them, like most of them take it to the decisions, and many of them being split. So like I say, they deliver fights which are kind of hard. Clear winner kaun sa hai isme aisa. And if you look, say sare splits, almost Jimmy Rivera has won, and almost sare splits Pedro Munhoz has lost. So it's like I say, I think even this one will go to decision just because of how their style is and how they'll deliver. Like I'm thinking decision again, like how it went back then.
I agree actually. मुझे भी लगता है ये decision जाएगा, and whoever like obviously will do more will win.
Yes.
But it will be a very close fight. I don't see either one getting knocked out. I don't know why.
Yeah, man. Don't know. Proper slugfest.
And I would always want to watch the trilogy no matter what happens, because it will be very fun to watch.
Yeah.
I think that's all for this card. Make sure to watch these fights. I think all of these will be very interesting. And don't miss next fight card, which is UFC 259, जहाँ पे we have 3 title fights. Jan Blachowicz versus Israel Adesanya. Actually 4 बोल सकते हैं in a way, because Adesanya is the champion in middleweight division and Jan Blachowicz is the light heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
So obviously middleweight title will be for थोड़े time के लिए वो stuck रहेगा. But there is a chance for a double champ here. And then there is a women's GOAT, Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson. Yeah. And there is the fight which I'm looking forward to the most, that is Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling. I think this is going to be very interesting. There is Islam Makhachev versus Drew Dober also in this card. Very interesting card. Yeah. Oh, there is Thiago Santos versus Alexander Rakic also.
Yeah.
So make sure not to miss next card for sure. It will be a lot of fun. आज के लिए बस इतना ही. मिलते हैं next week.
So okay, bye. Enjoy the fights.
Okay, bye.